Get ready, PC hardware lovers, because the world of GPUs just got shaken up, and not by Nvidia or AMD this time. Instead, a Chinese manufacturer named Fengpo has done what many gamers and enthusiasts have begged Nvidia to do for years. They've taken classic RTX 3080 and unleashed its full potential by doubling its VRAM to 20 gigabytes and topping it off with a massive RTX 4090 style cooler. This bold move not only revives one of the most iconic graphics cards of the last decade, but also challenges Nvidia's design choices head-on. With AI tasks, 4K gaming, and professional workloads demanding more VRM than ever, Fengpo's custom RTX 3080 20 gigabytes is making waves for offering real-world advantages, all at a surprisingly affordable price. But is this the ultimate GPU mod, or just another niche curiosity? Let's find out. In a move that has stunned the PC gaming and tech community, Chinese graphics card manufacturer Fengpo has officially launched a modified version of Nvidia's RTX 3080, but with a twist that has enthusiasts everywhere talking. This one comes equipped with a whopping 20 gigabytes of VRAM and is topped off with a gigantic RTX 4090 cooler, a design that not only looks intimidating, but also performs exceptionally well under load. Yes, you heard that right. Fengpo has effectively done what Nvidia never did, freeing the GA102 GPU from its memory constraints and transforming it into the card it was always meant to be. Originally, the RTX 3080 shipped with just 10 gigabytes of GDDR6X memory, which was adequate at launch, but as modern AAA games began to push higher resolutions and larger texture packs, that 10 gigabytes became its Achilles heel, forcing many gamers to lower settings or upgrade prematurely. Nvidia did later introduce a 12 gigabytes variant, but even that felt like a half measure rather than a true fix. Enter Fengpo, a brand unafraid to push limits, who took matters in their own hands by using the unpopulated memory pads on the RTX 3080 PCB to add another 10 gigabytes of Micron GDDR6X VRAM, doubling its capacity to 20 gigabytes. This modification not only enhances gaming performance in memory-heavy titles, but also makes the card surprisingly capable in AI workloads and machine learning applications, where VRAM is critical. The engineering doesn't stop there. Fengpo also swapped the traditional 12 HBWR connector with a newer and safer 12E-2x6 connector, improving reliability and power delivery. To handle the additional heat from the upgraded memory and ensure stable performance, Fengpo mounted a triple-slot, triple-fan cooler, the same one used on PNY's RTX 4090 Verto, giving this card a premium and overbuilt feel rarely seen in the mid-tier GPU segment. The result is a beastly GPU that looks like an RTX 4090 at first glance, but houses a re-engineered GA102 core inside. However, because Nvidia no longer manufactures GA102 chips, these GPUs likely come from salvaged or unused 3080 inventory, possibly from unsold stock or RMA returns, giving new life to old silicon in a very creative way. The news first broke on the Chinese platform Bilibili, where a popular tech channel disassembled the card to showcase its craftsmanship. Inside, they found meticulous engineering, including properly applied thermal pads and thermal paste, which means Fengpo didn't just slap on parts. They professionally rebuilt and optimized the entire unit. In benchmarks, the card performed as expected for a standard RTX 3080 under normal gaming conditions, but when tested in AI workloads and high-resolution rendering, it pulled ahead thanks to the extra memory headroom. The Bilibili testers noted that in 3D Mark Time Spy, the RTX 3080 20 gigabytes outperformed Nvidia's new RTX 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes by 10.9%, and in Dying Light, it held a lead of around 15%. While these differences aren't massive in traditional gaming scenarios, they become significant when pushing modern engines and ray tracing effects that rely heavily on memory bandwidth. Where the real advantage appears, however, is in AI testing, where the 20 gigabytes VRAM allowed the card to run larger models and datasets that the original RTX 3080 simply couldn't handle due to its limited memory. This makes Fengpo's creation ideal for creators, data scientists, and even developers experimenting with AI tools that require large GPU memory buffers. And all of this comes at a surprisingly accessible price, around $447 in China, roughly equivalent to buying a new or refurbished RTX 3080 10 gigabytes in the US. That's remarkable value considering you're getting double the memory, a high-end cooler, and an upgraded power design. But the big question remains, is it worth it? Well, that depends entirely on your needs. For gamers focused on 1440p or even 4K gameplay, the Fengpo RTX 3080 20GB is still a very capable card that can handle almost anything you throw at it, especially if you prefer traditional rasterization performance over newer features like DLSS 3.5 frame generation. However, if you want cutting-edge features, Nvidia's newer RTX 5060 T16GB might be the better pick since it comes with Ada Lovelace architecture, improved ray tracing, better power efficiency, and DLSS 3 support, though it falls short in raw performance and VRAM capacity. In short, Fengpo's RTX 3080 20GB is a love letter to enthusiasts who value raw power and engineering creativity over brand-new marketing gimmicks. It proves that even older architectures can thrive when given the resources they were originally designed for. For many PC builders, this card represents something special, a perfect blend of nostalgia, innovation, and practicality. Imagine playing games like Cyberpunk 2077 or Alan Wake 2 at ultra settings in 4K without worrying about running out of VRAM, or using it to train AI models, generate textures, or render 3D scenes without hitting the memory limit. That's the kind of real-world advantage this upgrade brings to the table. And with its monstrous RTX 4090 style cooler, you can expect low temperatures and whisper-quiet performance even under load, something most stock 3080s can't claim. Beyond the specs, Fengpo's bold approach has sparked a bigger conversation. Why didn't Nvidia do this themselves? It highlights a growing trend in the tech world where third-party companies, especially in China, are taking older GPUs and reimagining them for modern demands, something enthusiasts have been craving for years. Whether this sparks a movement toward more open GPU customization remains to be seen, but one thing's certain, Fengpo just proved that innovation doesn't always have to come from the big players. For those considering this GPU, the value proposition is clear. You're getting RTX 3080 performance, 20 gigabytes of VRAM, premium cooling, and modern power delivery for less than $450, making it a stellar deal for gamers and creators alike. If your work involves AI image generation, 3D modeling, or high-resolution gaming, this card could easily outperform newer mid-range GPUs simply by avoiding VRAM bottlenecks. However, keep in mind that warranty, driver support, and long-term reliability could vary since this isn't an official Nvidia product. Still, early impressions and teardown suggest a solid and well-built unit that rivals premium AIB cards. In a world where GPU prices keep fluctuating and availability remains uncertain, Fengpo's 20 GB RTX 3080 offers something rare: innovation with value. It's a reminder that sometimes the best upgrades come from unexpected places. If you're a gamer who craves raw performance or a creator exploring AI workloads, Fengpo's RTX 3080 20GB might be your perfect middle ground between power and affordability. It's a unique fusion of old-school muscle and modern cooling that delivers real results without breaking the bank. But if you're after the latest features and long-term driver support, you might want to consider Nvidia's newer 50 series cards instead. Either way, this GPU proves one thing: innovation isn't just about new releases. It's about doing old things better. Stay tuned for more epic hardware updates, GPU comparisons, and breakthrough tech stories. Only on TechVerse, where technology meets innovation every single day.